Hey everyone, my name is Ben Porto, and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about my podcast, Behind the Feed. The idea of my podcast is pretty simple. It's about breaking down what's really happening behind social media content that we see every day, especially influencer posts, brand deals, and ads that don't always feel like ads. In each episode, I aim to talk about the business side of social media, the psychology behind why content works, and the ethical side of influencer marketing. A lot of times we scroll past content without thinking whether it's sponsored, why it was posted, or what the creator's incentive actually is. Behind the Feed is about slowing that down and explaining those decisions in a way that makes sense to people who aren't as familiar with social media marketing. In my most recent episode, I focus on influencer transparency and how often audiences aren't told when content is actually an advertisement. I talk about why creators sometimes avoid clear disclosures and how platforms can contribute to that, and how this impacts the trust between creators and their audience. I also connect it back to real examples we've all seen online, where something feels authentic, but it's clearly a business motive behind it. I went into this a little bit about companies that were sponsoring TikTok creators promoting aspartame, where they were actually not disclosing the ads and trying to make it feel like more health advice rather than a promotion. I think people should really watch Behind the Feed because social media is something that we all use, but very few people fully understand how it works behind the scenes. Whether you're interested in marketing, content creation, or just want to be more informed as a customer, this podcast gives you a better understanding of how and why content is created the way it is. As we're moving towards a shift in digital technology, content is going to be something that's very prominent throughout our years. So I think it's best that people really understand it if they're going to use it and ingest it. At the end of the day, Behind the Feed isn't about calling anyone out. It's about understanding the system. I want to make that clear. It's more targeted towards the people who have ever wondered, is this an ad? Or why does it feel real but still sell something? That's exactly what this podcast explores. I really hope you all get the chance to check it out, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.